just heard from U.S. President Barack Obama address some key international issues from the White House. Among them, the crisis in Ukraine, the Islamic State threat to Syria and Iraq. CCTV's Jessica Stone joins us live from the White House. Jessica, let's begin with the situation in Ukraine. NATO released satellite images of what it says are Russian troops and tanks inside Ukraine. What was the president's interpretation of that information?
Well, it's something he says should make plain now, if it hasn't before, that the Russians are in Ukraine, that their forces are fighting and arming and funding separatist rebels, fighters in eastern Ukraine. He said that he spoke to German Chancellor Angela Merkel just before coming out and making those remarks to the media, and that this really is the evidence that they've been looking for to make this proof that the United States has been making these accusations, of course, ACA, for some time now. He went on to say that there is still no just cause for U.S. military action on behalf of the Ukrainians, and we can expect, I believe, based on what he said, broader economic sanctions coming out of the upcoming NATO summit in Europe. He's looking to mobilize the international community. We heard him say that again today and refer to the fact that he's looking forward to this summit coming up.
We will continue to support a moderate opposition inside of Syria, in part because we have to give people inside of Syria a choice other than ISIL or Assad. And I don't see any scenario in which Assad somehow is able to bring peace and stability to a region that is majority Sunni and has not so far shown any willingness to share power with them or in any kind of significant way deal with the longstanding grievances that they have there.
So there you also heard the U.S. president talking about the situation in Syria, Asia, and obviously he was also asked during this press conference, having already told the U.S. media that he will be meeting with his National Security Council about the situation in Iraq and Syria. You know, there's been this ongoing question as to whether the U.S. will conduct airstrikes in Syria. What we heard from the U.S. president today is that it is not under consideration in conjunction with Bashar al-Assad, that this White House does not plan to work with him in any way. And in fact, the president believes very strongly that Assad does not only does not have legitimacy to lead the country, but does not have access to the areas where the Islamic State are controlling currently. And so what that means, he says, is that Assad does not have the capability to help the United States conduct such airstrikes. And he went on to say that the real solution here is that the regional partners, the countries in the region, some of whom have been supporting various extremist groups in this fight, need to stop doing so, and the U.S. will try to work to that end. But no military strikes in Syria.
All right. Thank you so much, Jessica Stone, live at the White House.